Welcome to today's in-depth F1 analysis, where we explore the recent twists and turns within the Red Bull camp. We will break down each development with insights sourced directly from post-Chinese GP interviews and comments by industry insiders such as Ralf Schumacher, Helmut Marko, and Christian Horner. Stick around as we delve into detailed segments, answer your burning questions, and encourage you to reflect on what these changes might mean for the future of Formula One. After a challenging outing at the Chinese Grand Prix, Max Verstappen provided an update that mixes cautious optimism with a relaxed outlook. Verstappen acknowledged that despite fielding constant questions about his future with Red Bull, he remains enjoying life and is focused on the challenge ahead. This statement sets a tone of personal positivity. Even though his race in China ended in P4, a result influenced by the team's ongoing search for a performance breakthrough with the RB21. Verstappen's detailed comments during the post-race interview highlight his analytical approach. He explained that while his car's balance remained consistent, he noticed a significant improvement in tire grip during his second stint. He mentioned, "Suddenly I just picked up tire grip," which not only helped him in overtaking competitors like Charles Leclerc's Ferrari, but also provided a promising glimpse into how small adjustments might lead to better overall performance. This technical nuance, directly from his Sky F1 interview, underscores the meticulous, data-driven approach that both he and the team are employing. The driver also discussed the strategy differences between the sprint and the main race. In the sprint, he tried to keep up with the pace of the pack, only to experience tire degradation that led him to set his own pace later in the race. His narrative is a testament to his focus on continuous improvement, saying that the encouraging data from his later stint gives the team a clearer picture of what needs to be fixed. Verstappen's reassurance about his commitment to Red Bull is another notable point. Despite circulating rumors and speculation about his potential exit, he firmly stated that nothing changes for him. He is here to focus solely on racing and extracting every ounce of performance from the RB21. His mention of being very relaxed and enjoying life both in and outside the car provides a humanizing counterbalance to the high-pressure environment of F1. This section of the video not only highlights Verstappen's technical observations and his personal calm, but also sets the stage for understanding the larger context of team performance challenges. It's clear that Verstappen's approach is methodical. He is working through data and collaborating closely with the engineering group to pinpoint areas for improvement. His interaction with the engineers, where he actively contributes by suggesting areas that need faster lap times, shows a team dynamic that is both collaborative and relentless in its pursuit of excellence. Transitioning from Verstappen's optimistic yet analytical update, we now shift our focus to another critical narrative unfolding at Red Bull, the situation with Liam Lawson. Lawson's difficulties became evident very early in the season. After receiving the nod for the Red Bull promotion ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, Lawson's performance has not been up to par. In fact, his struggles were so pronounced that he was eliminated in Q1 during all qualifying sessions. And in China, he finished a full minute behind his teammate Max Verstappen, initially crossing the line in 15th place before a post-race adjustment placed him 12th. Ralf Schumacher's remarks add a critical perspective on Lawson's performance. The former F1 driver expressed that Lawson's self-confidence appears broken, stating that his inability to get used to it clearly indicates underlying issues. Schumacher even went as far as to claim that Lawson is already out for the next race and that Yuki Tsunoda will replace him for the Japanese Grand Prix. This bold prediction not only puts Lawson's future into question, but also raises broader issues about the pressure on young drivers stepping into high-performance seats. Schumacher's assertion, if the doctor has his way relatively quickly, implies that there might be internal pressure from within the team to make swift changes. Lawson himself has been candid about his situation. In his post-qualifying comments, he admitted, "I don't really have time to get used to it," referring to the lack of opportunity to test and adapt to the car amid an ongoing season where every race counts. This remark paints a picture of a driver caught in a race against time, where the margin for error is minimal and the pressure to deliver immediate results is immense. His acknowledgement of the situation underscores the high stakes involved in competing at this level of motorsport. An interesting layer is added by the context in which these remarks are made. Lawson's performance is compared unfavorably not only with his teammate Verstappen, who is comfortably sitting second in the Drivers' Championship, but also with other drivers who have experienced setbacks in their careers. In this narrative, Lawson's difficulties are presented as part of a broader pattern seen before with drivers like Daniel Kvyat, Pierre Gasly, and Alex Albon. Such comparisons heighten the tension and underscore the competitive nature of driver selection in F1. With Lawson's future now under intense scrutiny, the next segment will explore how Red Bull is responding internally to these challenges by calling an emergency meeting, a reaction that further underscores the high stakes at play within the team. Following the Chinese Grand Prix, Red Bull Racing took the unusual step of scheduling an emergency meeting, a clear indicator of the severity of the situation regarding Lawson's performance and overall team strategy. The meeting was called after it became evident that Lawson had failed to score any points in the opening races, despite being given an opportunity to prove his mettle in unfamiliar tracks. His struggles in both Australia and China have placed him under a harsh spotlight, prompting Red Bull's leadership to urgently address the performance gap. The emergency meeting is a pivotal moment. Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko's comments reveal the team's serious concerns. Marko stated that, "This week there is a meeting in Milton Keynes to discuss when and how we can close the gap," emphasizing that the focus remains on scoring points and quickly addressing performance issues. His remark, "We are worried, but it is not like we are throwing in the towel," speaks to the dual nature of the situation. While there is significant concern over Lawson's current results, there is also a determined will to improve and recalibrate the team's approach. Moreover, Lawson's own admission following the Chinese GP highlights a moment of vulnerability. He commented, "It's safe to say that we're not happy. None of us are happy," which, when combined with his acknowledgement of the technical difficulties he's facing, paints a picture of a driver and a team under pressure. The emergency meeting isn't just about Lawson's performance. It's about addressing the broader issues of car setup, race strategy, and the need for rapid adaptation in an intensely competitive season. The meeting is set to discuss strategies to extract more from the RB21 and possibly reconsider the role of drivers who may not yet be meeting the high standards expected by the team. This internal dialogue, while not fully public, hints at the complexity of team management in an era where every detail, from tire grip to car balance, can determine championship outcomes. Horner's remarks build on earlier discussions by directly comparing the performance capabilities of the Red Bull RB21 with those of the Racing Bulls car, a comparison that has become central to the debate over Lawson's future with the team. Horner agrees with Max Verstappen's observation that Lawson might well be faster if placed in a different package. Verstappen was quoted as saying that the Racing Bulls car, which has shown competitive pace with a 7th and 9th place qualification in Shanghai, is easier to drive compared to the RB21. This comment is not only a direct evaluation of Lawson's current performance, but also an implicit critique of the car's setup. Horner elaborated on this point during his media interaction in China, noting that the Racing Bulls car appears more settled with inherent understeer. He explained that this characteristic makes it easier for a driver to find the limit in the car, a crucial aspect in a sport where milliseconds make the difference between victory and defeat. His analysis supports the idea that Lawson's difficulties may not solely lie with his driving skills, but could also be attributed to the technical challenges posed by the RB21. This comparison not only reinforces Verstappen's earlier statement, but also suggests that the team's internal strategy might need to consider alternative approaches for driver development and car performance. Horner's remarks add a layer of complexity to the discussion. By acknowledging that Lawson might perform better in a more forgiving car, he implicitly raises questions about the future configuration of the driver lineup at Red Bull. This leads us to another interactive element. How do you think a change in car dynamics could impact a driver's performance? Share your insights below as we continue to dissect these challenging dynamics. Tsunoda had been overlooked for a Red Bull seat last year, despite consistently outqualifying Lawson in previous outings. Tsunoda's own comments after qualifying, where he expressed confidence in stepping into the Red Bull seat, demonstrate that there is strong competition within the team. Lawson, however, remains determined, claiming that he has consistently outperformed Tsunoda in past junior categories and even in recent F1 experiences. This back and forth between drivers not only highlights personal rivalries, but also underscores the high-pressure environment in which every performance is scrutinized. Horner's measured tone, combined with Verstappen's candid evaluation, creates a narrative that is as much about technical performance as it is about team dynamics and driver psychology. In this section, we see how internal assessments and comparative analyses can drive pivotal decisions regarding driver lineups and car development strategies. The insights provided by Horner and Verstappen serve as a crucial foundation for understanding the shifts that may occur in the coming races. If you found these detailed insights valuable, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. We encourage you to join the conversation in the comments. What are your thoughts on these developments, and who do you think will emerge stronger in the coming races? Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more in-depth F1 updates.